Kids being spanked. Adults being spanked. Christmas as a kid. As an adult. Dad has given Dobby a sock. Adult me washing my hands after touching the remote to eat. Child me going to the local forest's pond, catching frogs, going back home drinking from the hose, and eating without washing my hands. If I die, I die. 2020's kids. I wanna be a Fortnite streamer when I grow up. 2010's kids. I wanna be a Minecraft YouTuber when I get older. 2000s kids. I wanna be a Lego set designer when I become an adult. Are 14-year-olds really that annoying on Twitter? Depends on the context. Real and annoying 14-year-olds on Twitter? No. Annoying adults with the mental age of a 14-year-old on Twitter? Yes. This action is turned off for content that is made for kids. But I'm using a regular adult YouTube app. Miniplayer is off for videos made for kids. Tap play to resume. This is Metallica guitar tutorial. Try YouTube Kids. An app made just for children. Skipping the entire cutscenes in a video game as a kid. Missing a fraction of one cutscene in a video game as an adult. But you'll understand when you're an adult club. Kids don't pay taxes, yet they get playgrounds. Adults pay taxes, yet they don't get playgrounds. That doesn't seem fair. Snow as a kid. Snow as an adult. Kids who grew up feeling lonely may become adults who seek love where it's not available, isolate themselves when things go wrong, are always there for others but feel invisible, blame themselves when people hurt them, feel deep emptiness and loneliness inside, are known by many, but still feel they have no real friends or deep connections. Me realizing I'm an adult who has all of these issues. Well, shut. Swearing and dialogue is bad. Swearing makes the show mature and adult. How am I supposed to know that this isn't for kids if they don't say ace, duck, and nut all the time? Swearing and dialogue is bad. Society when kids say this snacks. Society when adults say this snacks. I'm the dumbest man alive. I make fun of adults for liking a kid's movie. You're clearly dumber. Wishes as a kid. I wish I had superpowers. Wishes as an adult. I wish I had some money. 8-year-old me wanting to be an adult. Me wanting to go back to being a kid. Me getting $50 as a kid. Me getting $50 as an adult. Nobody. Emo kids. I have decided that I want to die. What parents say? Maybe you should try a different game. You can't win them all. It's not for everybody. Versus. What kids here? You have no skills and you're a loser. When you're trying to have a conversation with another adult and your kid is behind you like. Me as a kid watching Disney. Hercules, wow, Zeus is a family man. Me as an adult reading Greek mythology. So that was a ducking lie. Kids' interests then, epic giant lizards from a time long before ours. Kids' interests now, head in a toilet. Me as a kid, I can't wait till I'm older, so I can spend money on fun things like theme parks and candy. Me as an adult. Me receiving clothes as a kid for Christmas. Me receiving clothes for Christmas as an adult. Boomers. You come up with participation trophies for us while we were kids. Boomers. And now you use it as an insult against us as adults. That doesn't seem fair. When you're a kid and a grown-up thinks you're cool and likes talking to you. When you're an adult and a kid thinks you're cool and likes talking to you. 90s and early 2000s toddlers were like. After all, why not? Why shouldn't I put that in there? Finding out it's bedtime as a kid. Finding out it's bedtime as an adult. Man killer. As a kid. As an adult. A normal, empty parking lot. RPOV as an 8-year-old. Steps. Abyss. Depression as a kid. Depression as an adult. Perception of money. Kids after receiving $300. Adults after receiving $3,000. As a kid thinking soda is an adult drink. As a teen thinking coffee is an adult drink. In your 20s thinking alcohol is an adult drink. Reaching your 30s and realizing water is the adult drink. Gamers when I was a kid versus gamers now. Me as a kid watching a scene in a movie. Me rewatching the scene as an adult. Realization. Family party as a kid. Family party as a teenager. Family party as an adult. 2023. 2005 kids. 2006 kids. Adulthood. Life is hard for me, so much bills. I agree, I can't complete this level. When I was a kid, he always seemed whinny and annoying, but as an adult, I realize he was just ahead of his time. I knew I should have stayed home today. When you realize there are kids today who have never seen a VHS or VCR. I was there, 3,000 years ago. Kids, my favorite car is Lightning McQueen. My two favorite cars as a kid, Leakless and Nitrate. Boomer that had it easy. Wow, being an adult must be so amazing. Kid born between the years of 1975 to 2005. We screwed you. Can you all stop with the adults with jobs and families don't have time for gaming shut? For 5 minutes. You're gonna make. To not want to get a job and have kids. I don't want kids in the first place, but still. You're going to downvote me? Go ahead. I just wanted to get this out of my chest. Stickers I looked forward to as a kid. Stickers I look forward to as an adult. Birthdays as a kid. Birthdays as an adult. I hate being bullied. If only I had the balls to stand up for myself. It's not his fault anyway. He has problems at home. He's just lashing out. I kinda feel sorry for him. Vince is never okay. I'm part of the problem. I should offer him my lunch money. Kid me wanting dozens of toys and video games for Christmas. Adult me only wanting cash for Christmas. Me, a 19-year-old living on my own discussing what the coolest dinosaur is at the kids' table during Thanksgiving. Because I didn't want to sit at the adults' table talking about politics. Me as a kid, I can't wait until I'm an adult and can do whatever I want. Me now, I don't wanna be a big people anymore. Talking to yourself in public as an adult. Talking to yourself in public as a kid. Me as a kid, I can't wait to become an adult. Depression. Reality is often disappointing. Immature kids who people blame for multiplayer games being toxic. Let's see who this really is. Toxic egotistical adults who never mentally matured. Me when I was a kid, thinking that being alone means I'm a failure. Adult me coming home to an empty 3-bedroom apartment every night and absolutely loving it. How kids look when they try on adult clothes. How I imagined adults to look like as a kid. How adults actually look like. That horror movie you saw when you were a kid that traumatized you. Watching that same movie as an adult. Kids' point of view on life. Wow, adults have money, they can do whatever they want. Can't wait to be an adult. Depression, anxiety, bad mental health, struggling, debt, responsibility, take care of car, take care of family, save up money, pay bills, live life. Kids, adults enjoying their freedom. Adults, kids enjoying minimal responsibilities. Can we have 1,000 babies? Kids who's watching. Adults who's watching. Me as a kid, I can't wait to be an adult, so I can do whatever I want. Me now, I don't wanna be a big person anymore. Are ya ready kids? Are you all prepared, children? Are you, a group of young people, both male and female, who are too young to be considered adults, prepared for the following unspecified actions? How December felt as a kid. How December feels as an adult. Me as a kid, after crashing my bike and flying over the handlebars. Me as an adult after 8 hours of sleep. Drinking coffee as a kid. Drinking coffee as an adult. When the fastest kid and the most accurate kid are the last two standing in dodgeball. Flash versus Arrow. Euphoria kids in high school versus me in high school. So let me get this straight. You think you speak fluent Generation Alpha slang without sounding like a stupid adult trying desperately to sound cool to these kids? Skibbity I do, and I'm Baku pretending a hi-oh that I don't. Drinking coffee as a kid. Drinking coffee as an adult. The weird kid in middle school. The same guy when you reconnect with him as an adult. Kids in the past, adults today. Eat me, as a kid, as an adult. Android users, iPhone users, kids making pointless and irrelevant iPhone versus Android memes when no one cares. Getting clothes for Christmas as a kid, getting clothes for Christmas as an adult. What $100 looks like to you as a kid, $500 as a teenager, $1,500 as an adult. Rewatching the same Christmas classics you loved as a kid, but now with an adult perspective. The logic of this movie is very unsettling. Kids, when you say this snacks, nobody cares. Adults, when I say it, I get sent to the principal's office. That doesn't seem fair. Me sleeping in the dark as a kid, me sleeping in the dark as an adult. Adult, follow your dream. No matter what happened. Kid, I dream to be whatever you want. Adult, that's against the way of our society. Change your dream right now. Cereal for dinner as a kid, cereal for dinner as an adult. Watching The Day After Tomorrow as a kid, watching it now as an adult. Me as a kid, hoping to be able to drive one of my Heat Wheels when I grow up. Me as an adult in my Heat Wheels. Me rewatching a sus scene from a movie that I didn't understand as a child. My god, I get it. You get a babysitter so you can enjoy some adult time. She looks gorgeous. The kid loves her. She has OnlyFans. It's time for you to look inward and begin asking yourself the big questions. If kids are minors, then why aren't adults majors? 30-year-old me finally getting the adult joke in a kid's movie. When you and Jimmy want to play with the leaf blower, but mom says it's only for adults. Losing a tooth as an adult, Oman. Losing a tooth as a kid, Yemen. When you're a kid, you think coffee is the most adult drink. Then as a teenager, you think alcohol is really the cool adult drink. Then you finally become an adult and realize that all along, it was water. Water is the ultimate adult drink. Adolf Hitler's. We agree. Gamers as kids, dreaming of playing video games and eating candy bars and pizza all night long. When they grow up, peaches, 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 peaches. Gamers as adults. Responsibilities. Imposter of the vent. What is your wisdom? Most adults are worse than children. A child will at the very least fear a consequence. Adults ignore them, only to complain when that is no longer possible. They stole my joy for a second. McDonald's employees accidentally give customer kids Happy Meal instead of adult version. Me watching the little kids I know growing up to become teens and adults. Clothes I like as a kid. Clothes I like as a teen or adult. Me as a kid in the early 2000s. Adult me today. Making birthday or Xmas wish list as a kid. Making birthday or Xmas wish list as an adult. Disney CEO Bob Chapek doesn't believe animation is for adults. When adults put their kids to bed at night after watching an animated film, they're probably not going to tune into another animated movie. They want something for them. The Peanuts movie, which 50-year-old adults will probably feel the most nostalgic for. You bulkhead. Me as an adult watching one 20-second ad. Me as a kid watching 5 minutes worth of ads. Your birthday as a kid. Your birthday as an adult. Happy birthday. Happy. Becoming an adult. What I imagined it would feel like as a kid. How it actually feels like. Enjoying my 20s. Realizing kids use my birth year as a fake date to sign up as an adult. iPad kid. Included. Cracked iPad in a bulk case. Perpetual runny nose. Bunched up and backward sweatpants. Soaked shirt collar. Do you have any games on your phone? Adult size costume. One size fits most. Nintendo Switch game cartridges taste bad, so kids won't put them in their mouths. Grown-ass adult clicking them. 5-year-old. Grandpa's look I'm gonna do a flip. Rolls on ground. Grandparents. We got all kinds of taxes for est. There's federal income tax, payroll tax, sales tax, estate tax, gift tax, corporate tax, inheritance tax, property tax, gasoline tax, state income tax, capital gains tax, DEL tax, import tax, home improvement tax, school tax, SIM tax, road use tax. They even tax our pets. That's about it. Kids then when they meet another kid who likes the same things as them. Wouldn't that make you my friend? Kids now when they meet another kid who's wearing the same socks as them. Wouldn't that make you my twin? What adults see, what kids see. Since the show started in February 1940, Tom and Jerry would now be 78 years of age. Girls vs girls in dodgeball. I hate it. Boys vs boys in dodgeball. Getting spanked as a kid. Getting spanked as an adult. Getting naps as an adult. Getting naps as a kid. How people perceive life. Kids, adults. What adults see, what kids see. Me reading the Butter Battle book by Dr. Seuss as a kid. Lol. Who the duck even fights over butter on bread. Me reading the Butter Battle book by Dr. Seuss as an adult. My 5-year-old brother. So, when you're 18, you become an adult? 18-year-old me who's still watching Very Odd Parents. Well yes, but actually no. Kids watching the Inside Out duology and other Pixar movies. Adults watching the Inside Out duology and other Pixar movies. Kids then. There's a monster under my bed. Kids now. I want a monster in my bed. What the duck happened? 12-year-old me, when my parents tell me that someday, I'll have to pay them money to live at home. Playing in puddles as a kid. Playing in puddles as an adult. Kid me. I have over 30 different passwords. Good luck quackers. Adult me. What was my bank account password again? My mom telling me that I can't do some adult stuff yet because I'm still a kid. 20-year-old me who looks nothing like a kid. Never experienced having sleepless nights while doing Discord calls with the homies, while gaming and doing homework. Never allowed to go out and hang out with the boys and drink with them and go to faraway places with them as I go home at night. Watching Disney movies as a kid. Watching Disney movies as an adult. Me, quietly minding my own business. Parents. My disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. Horrible for kids. I can't believe my kids came home talking about this. I've been trying to talk them back to Doc McStuffins, but all they ask is, "Mommy, can I watch SpongeBob?" Nickelodeon rated this incorrectly. Should be rated TVMALV. This title has too much violence, too much swearing, too much consumerism. Put on SpongeBob LMRO. Why won't you watch Doc McStuffins? 18-year-old. I will understand the kids when I become old and I'll have fun with them. 23-year-old me. What the duck is TikTok? How is this a trend? What is wrong with these kids? Games are flooded with kids. That's why I play late at night. Back in my day, kids were at least good at the games they played. 6-year-old me making a house with Legos. 15-year-old me making huge and complex constructions in Minecraft. Clicking on a YouTube video that looks interesting and high effort. Made for kids. Someone, you look older. Kids, adults. Sleep over at your friends as a kid. Sleep over at your friends as an adult. Me hurt my knee as a kid. Me hurt my knee as an adult. Disrespect. Kids, adults. Me as a kid with no games. Me as an adult with too many games. Dad versus kid. Can you please put this away? It's not mine. Just put it away. But it's not mine. I didn't ask whose it was. I asked you to put it away. Haha bits. As a kid, I'm too old to laugh at bits. Haha bits. As an adult. Honey, tell me what's wrong. Babies are the beta phase of developing of the human body. It's only to test the functions. Oh duck. Me as a kid. I will be an astronaut when I grow up. Me now. I wonder if McDonald's is hiring. Me as a kid not understanding the jokes in the commercials that would come on. Me as an adult finally understanding the jokes in the commercials I used to not understand. Also me as an adult knowing we'll never get those kinds of commercials again, and we are stuck with the same overly subdued and safe commercials. Hearing good night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite, as a kid, as an adult. The adults at daycare, the kid who textured the man from the game Operation. In the past, kids having fun on the playground. Today, adults climb buildings for fun. Patrick, Parker is illegal. Who cares? How children see adults when they are mad. How adults see children when they are mad. Lego department employee, can I help you find something? Do you have a boy or a girl? Me, I have a me. What a timeless classics. Just a proof that animations for a long time are not just made for kids, because it has a plot and charm that can be enjoyed by adults as well. No, you can't critic the plot of Mario movie because animation are targeted for kids. Being super fast paced and using 70s to 90s music is completely valid. At last, we are seen as a group of adults. When millennials become old enough for the media to finally move on to Gen Z and Alpha ruining society, my time has come. Me when I hit 20 years old and finally understand why adults always said that being a kid was better. I get it. How YouTube should be. No, oh, this isn't child friendly. Remove it. Tell your child use YouTube Kids instead. How YouTubies. No, oh, this isn't child friendly. Remove it. Okay, I will demonetize and remove it. Thinking about I'd be shy as a kid. I'd never succumb to such frivolous activities. I'd be shy as adult. If I don't find my ape, I'm literally driving this car into oncoming traffic.